Five, four, three, two, one. Welcome back to the Fever Pitch Podcast. I'm your co-host, Brian.
And Dan, how you doing?
Doing great, man. A lot has happened in the sports world. Specifically, a lot of contracts have been signed. Talk to me about what's going on in the NFL.
Well, this is the top of like the free agency period for the 2024 free agency class. Also, franchises are trying to navigate the cap, so players are getting cut, players are getting restructures, all the like. Some examples are Tre'Davious White and Jordan Poyer were two of the many players released by the Bills, as they are trying to adjust their cap numbers. Jamal Adams and Justin Simmons were released from the Seahawks and Broncos, respectively. And on the flip side, we have some contract extensions. Honey Badger agreed to terms with the Saints. Tyrann Mathieu and Jaylon Johnson, he signed his extension with the Bears. The Bears also cut Eddie Jackson earlier this week, so he's stepping into that primary safety role. And yeah, there's a lot going on. We're just getting started.
Okay, so you said the Bills are cutting a lot of players. Why are the Bills trying to clear up so much cap? I believe with
Well,
the extension, like what with the, I think there was a new cap max, right? Like it was like 300 something $1 million.
I know it did go up, yes.
So what's going on?
I believe they may be in the running for a top tier free agent, but I don't think they're gonna get one.
Mm,
I honestly think they weren't a fan of what they paid Von Miller. So, and the production they got, Von Miller was on a $120 million deal for 20 million a year. And he hasn't really played to that standard, so I'm sure they wanted to adjust the numbers there. And also, you gotta just make, you know, you paid Josh Allen all this money. You had to make it seem like y'all weren't idiots to do that. So therefore, you had to put the blame on everybody else.
mm. That's a hot take right there.
Offensive coordinator fired. Tre'Davious White cut. Jordan Poyer cut. You know, they're trimming all the trees except for that one tree in the center of the forest.
Do you think the real issue with the Bills is Josh Allen?
Yes, I think he plays reckless. Reckless play loses you games.
Why don't you think the Bills try and reel him in at all?
Fair.
I said, why don't you think the Bills reel him in at all? Kind of calm him down.
It's high upside, high. It's high upside, high downside. You
Mm-hmm.
throw for 30 touchdowns and rushing for another 12. It's like, I mean, hey, you sell tickets, and we already gave you a lot of money. So you gotta let Josh Allen be Josh Allen. What did Shannon Sharp always say? I won't accept anything in a win that I wouldn't accept in a loss.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, if it works and we win and you keep doing it and we lose, I can't blame you.
Mm. Okay. So then with the Bills also, they also signed Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah.
About
I,
that.
th- I mean he was there for briefly. I think before he went to Pittsburgh, he was the backup there, and I guess they needed another backup. I believe they had Kyle Allen, who was their backup this year. Kyle Allen is awful. So I mean, Mitch Trubisky isn't that good either, but he's more of a backup than Kyle Allen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all there really is to it. I think they paid him a decent amount too, so maybe that was a deciding factor. I think Mitch saw that money and said, "Yeah, why not?"
You see how much they paid him.
Somewhere I think like 18 million. I think.
Yeah, he signed a 2-year what?
5.25 million. 5.25.
A 2-year 5 million?
Yeah, 5.25. I don't know where I got 18 from.
Oh. But my thing is, right, so are the Bills thinking ahead of every team here by essentially we saw during this past season a lot of QBs went down. So the value of the backup QB in my eyes, that should be on the top of the list for a lot of these teams. You know, these QBs are more injury prone. Everybody's playing more of that two-way style of QB play. It's not really a lot of sitting in the pocket nowadays. I don't know if O lines are getting worse or D lines are getting better, but a lot of QBs have gotten injured in this past season. How do you think the the backup QB position, the value has changed from last season to now to what's going to happen in the future?
I think last season kind of gave you an idea of what the future holds.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a video earlier. Was it this year or last year? I watched a video before that kind of dove into that concept of the value of a backup QB.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's more so a dollar store version of your franchise guy, or if you're bringing in somebody that puts a whole another different, a whole completely different style of quarterback. So it's like I don't know where the trend is now. I think most teams have like a dollar store version of your QB1. It's
Mm-hmm.
typically your backup, but I feel like if we have a little bit of a wild card, change up the offense depending on who's in there. That can kind of well, it could help or it could hurt. I'm not sure which one they'll do more of.
Mm-hmm. Right. So when you look at the free agency right now, who do you think are like some of the top backup QBs that a lot of these teams are going to start picking up?
Probably Jacoby Brissett.
Mm.
If Baker doesn't, well, Baker's a starter. He's not gonna be playing backup.
Baker was crazy.
So yeah, like Jacoby Brissett, Drew Lock, maybe even Josh Dobbs. I would say those are the three that jump out to me the most. And then Joe Flacco, if he still wants to play football, then he'll be four for me.
Do you think Russell Wilson is a backup QB now after getting released?
Nah, I feel like he is amongst the crop of individuals where it's like if I'm gonna play quarterback, I'm gonna be QB1. I've made enough money to walk away from this game to not come off the bench.
Mm. So you think for him, if he's not QB1, he's just going to retire?
Yeah.
Mm. What teams do you think are going to look to a Russell Wilson? I heard some rumors of the Seahawks.
I heard about Pittsburgh. Seattle might be there. I doubt it though. I feel like they like Geno enough. But
Yeah.
I did hear about the Raiders and the Seahawks. I mean the Raiders and the Steelers. And I believe there's one other team, but I can't pick that out of my head right now. But those are the two teams I heard the most about, Vegas and Pittsburgh.
Okay. Okay. So how do you think Russell Wilson is feeling after getting cut?
Oh, that money be well, he should feel paid because believe you me, that day camp in Denver, insane. Sean Payton, he did this twice. I was talking about this earlier this morning amongst a esteemed group of gentlemen. He put the Saints in cap purgatory, and now the Broncos are in cap purgatory.
Hmm. How do you put the Saints in cap purgatory?
I can't identify who the particular person was. I was looking at their books, and they're just not in a good. But they gotta move a lot of money around because under Sean Payton, certain players got. Well, Michael Thomas, for example. Yeah, I think that was like the primary person. He got paid a good amount, and we haven't seen Michael Thomas be Michael Thomas since our freshman year of high school. So it's like that alone is just one of the examples. I'm trying to see what other.
I heard talks of the Taysom Hill's contract.
I feel like Taysom Hill. Let's see.
I
They
think
have
40 million or something.
is he? Because they moved him to tight end. I think they moved him to tight end so they wouldn't have to give him quarterback money. And yeah, he's on a very cheap deal right now.
Oh, I'm talking about in the past when Sean Payton was there.
Oh yeah, 40 or 40 million. Oh yeah. Well, that's not terrible, but yeah, that's a good
For a
amount.
backup QB?
Mm. He's not your typical backup though.
I mean, I guess.
He plays like six different positions.
But you gotta think about it like this, right? If the salary cap is now what what is it, like 300 something million? Back then
I
it must have
believe
been like
so.
low 300s, right?
Yeah.
So let's say what 10 of 300, 1 of 30. Taysom Hill is worth 1/30th of your salary cap when you have 50 players on your team. He doesn't start.
Hey man, you know, I think the value of a player in that system can often be a little inflated depending on how well
Oh, you
that
trying to keep it buttoned
franchise
up, Dad. I'm throwing it off the glass to you right now. You don't even
or
worry, guys.
depending on how
Get a
that
good day.
franchise sees. They like to keep their own, so maybe they may pay a little bit extra to keep their own.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna make you throw off the politics at least once during this podcast. Don't worry. But a couple of interesting extensions. Dalton Schultz was extended with the Texans, I believe. Um, I think that's a good
Yes,
extension.
I'm an investor, so yes, I'm happy, and I love to see it. My boy CJ got his tight end one, lovely. I think Nico Collins is also trying to get his money as well, so I'm looking forward to that. Houston is things are looking up. Things are looking up. And shout out to Dalton Schultz. He bet on himself. I think the Cowboys offered him a deal. He didn't take it. The Chargers were in the running. He ended up going to Houston, and now he was able to capitalize on his success this year, and he landed on his feet. He
Okay.
has some choice words about Dallas as well. I
What do you say?
saw earlier. Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up for you.
Dalton Schultz
I think,
is
yeah,
great tight end.
think he dropped a few. He had a few words this morning. He says, I don't know if this is a direct quote, but according to sources on the internet, Dalton Show says the Cowboys is run like a zoo and the focus is not on football.
Mm.
There's there's people literally going on tours while you're lifting in the weight room. That's the brand that they built. This is what Jerry Jones likes. That's what Jerry Jones likes.
Going on tour, like what does he mean?
I
Like
guess.
concerts?
Yeah, I guess concerts or like just instead of you play role games, so I guess instead of like being a athlete, you're being a celebrity.
Mm. Who do you think he's referring to?
Oh, probably Micah Parsons.
Really?
Yeah, Micah Parsons, he's a podcaster now. He's in the media a lot. He might be talking about Michael Parsons.
I feel like Micah Parsons just got there for him to be talking about him. He just started his podcast and stuff, didn't he?
You only know what they tell you.
Mm. I feel like he might be thinking about like I don't know. Tony Pollard isn't really flashy, is he?
Yeah, not really. Tony Pollard is pretty quiet.
Well, what about CD Lamb?
Well, CeeDee Lamb is spoken for. I feel like he can kind of he
I
could
think
be he could be you know what? Actually, he might be talking about CeeDee Lamb because they play on the same side of the ball, and
mhm.
obviously deservingly so. He's getting a lot of the work on offense, and maybe he felt like he was getting in the way of his success as a tight end.
Mm.
So maybe he found Houston as a better fit for him. And I mean, CD is CD, and Dalton Schultz just got paid. So maybe, sometimes you just gotta navigate elsewhere.
I feel it. I feel it. Do you think that because I know that Dak was like the nominee for Walter Payton. Do you think he's talking about like that regard? Maybe with Dak, but I feel like Dak is a very humble guy. I couldn't imagine him talking about Dak.
Yeah, I mean that's why initially I thought about Dak. I was like, Dak know what he do, man. I mean, he does commercials, but
Mm,
he plays for the Cowboys. What do you expect him to do?
yeah. Hmm.
Let's see. This place is a well. This is him speaking about Houston. This place is a well-oiled machine. The coaching staff, the coaching changes. I can't speak to the previous stuff, but the strength staff is phenomenal. The training staff is unbelievable. This has been the most trainers that I've ever seen on the staff, and they take really amazing care of the players. The nutrition staff is phenomenal. Uh, the focus is just football. You know what I mean? I'm going back and telling some people about being around the Cowboys practice facility and game day and describing some of the interactions and stuff that you see on a day-to-day basis, and it surprises a lot of people. You know what I think? The Cowboys are America's team, so maybe he's someone that doesn't want that much attention if you're not holding up that Lombardi. Also, as a player for the Cowboys, you underachieve year in and year out. So maybe he just wasn't really a fan of what that marriage of like not much success but all this attention.
Hmm. Yeah, I could definitely see that. But I think the big thing that like strikes my mind is when he says that, like, it's really like players being focused on being in the media and trying to like essentially get not even necessarily the highlights, but like their pictures, those shots of them in the media and trying to look good. More about looking good than playing good football.
To continue further, he says it's literally a zoo, dude. There's people tapping on the glass trying to get people's attention while they're doing power queens or whatever. It's different. That's the brand they built. That's what Jerry Jones likes. That's the way that they run things, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't
Clearly,
realize,
that's a sneak diss.
you don't realize how many eyeballs and how much that can maybe distract in the locker room. Just being in the facility until you go somewhere and you're like, holy crap, there's none of that.
Hmm. Actually, I think you're right about the market thing because tapping on the glass, I don't think he's talking about players. I think he's talking about fans just like
Yeah,
really being super Dallas.
yeah,
Hmm. And like it's probably ingrained in their culture. We are America's team. We haven't showed up in a long time. We need to show up. And there's probably like an incredible amount of pressure that probably ultimately leads them to falling short for the past 30 years.
yeah. I'm glad he landed on his feet. You know, as an investor, I was getting worried. I was like, where are you from? Yo, you on the 1 year deal? I kind of need you to consign, my boy. And he did. So
How
all's
long is
well.
this contract?
3 years, $36 million.
Hey, salute. Get your money, man. Get your money.
That part. Especially coming off a 1 year deal, he he bet on himself because I think that was offered him an extension before he tested the market, and it was looking very bleak. I was like, dang, am I screwed? And thankfully, he went in a good spot, like I said.
So Zach Ertz is going to your team.
But he's going to the Commanders.
Yeah, he's going to your a Commanders fan.
No, I'm not. I have a Saints hat on. I'm not a Commanders fan.
Okay. But what do you think about Zach Ertz going to the Commanders?
It's a great if he's the tight end too. If I was a Commanders fan, I'd be very happy if he's the tight end too. If he's the tight end one, I need the tight end too. Well, like you know, you got Cole Turner. I think he's like a 2022 rookie who's still trying to find his footing in the league. So that could be like the mentorship aspect of things, but that is like your premier target. I mean, he's good, and he has a rapport with Cliff Kingsbury coming going back to when he was in Arizona, and he looked pretty good in Arizona. So yeah, it's a nepotism hire, but there's nothing wrong with that.
True. Do you also, when I'm looking at this list, another big thing that I noticed is the amount of defensive veterans being released. Are we seeing a new tide being turned essentially in the defense of the NFL?
Yeah, they're getting younger, and these players are getting hurt faster. So 95 million dollars for 37 out of 51 games, and then we're ending at 18 games, so 37 out of 54 games is like you're playing 2/3 of your contract, but you're getting the full contract what the money is. It's tough.
Absolutely.
It's very tough. And I'm not saying this applies to everybody, but when a lot of players are getting hurt, this money gotta be put elsewhere.
Understandably so. Understandably so.
Additionally, I feel like some of these teams are, in the midst of a rebuild, so you want to move your vets. So
Okay. That's true. What do you think are like the key rebuilds happening right now?
Arizona, Washington. I don't want to call Chicago a rebuild, but it is.
Hmm.
So those will be my three. And yeah, those will be my three. And I guess Atlanta, we'll see what they do. But those will be the four that I was like, yeah, they're definitely rebuilding.
Would you quantify the Broncos as a rebuild?
Yeah, they're not mentioned them. Oh, they're definitely rebuilding.
Okay, okay. So I want us to we have so there's two different ways that we can go about doing this thing, right? So I want us to highlight what each team needs to focus on during the offseason to be successful for next season.
Okay.
But we can either go cover a team each episode, or we can cover a division. How would you like to go about it?
Hmm. Well, your ideas you gave me an idea.
What's your idea?
Well, we can okay, so we can do a few teams per episode leading up to the draft, and then I'll write an article.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So if we can do let's pick a division. AFC or NFC?
Oh, let's go AFC.
All right, AFC. Let's go AFC South.
All right. So you Houston, Indy, Jacksonville, Tennessee. That's a good division to start with
All
because
right.
they're all kind of in a similar spot.
It was pretty close last season for a couple of these teams. Well, three of these teams. All right.
Mm.
So let's start at the bottom of the barrel. All right. What do you think the Titans need to work on? What do you think are their key needs?
I feel like they need to identify whether or not Traylon Burks is their guy. Like they have some pieces there that are still trying to figure themselves out. Traylon Burks, Trigger Call. They just drafted Tajay Spears. Is he ready to take on the RB1 role? Is Will Levis going to be the QB of the future? It's like a lot of question marks on the offensive side of things. But it's like there's potential there. On the defense, you just traded Kevin Byard. I think Jeffrey Simmons is still there. I think Harold Landry is still there. So it's like the nucleus of the team is is fractured a bit, but it's not like unredeemable. So they will be competing this upcoming season, but I don't think the championship ready yet.
Okay. What positions do you think they're going to really be going for in this draft?
Wide receiver slash tight end, and probably something in the secondary.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised to see them pick up some offensive linemen as well.
Yeah, I know they took one this pet in the 23 draft, so they might re-roll and get and just bolster up the L line.
Okay. So when we're talking the Titans, we're saying wide receivers, tight ends, and offensive line.
Yeah.
So really, the Titans are leaning towards offensive focus during this
Yeah.
offseason.
Yeah, because mind you, they went from Mike Vrabel to I think the man's name is Brian Callahan, and
Yeah.
Brian Callahan is the offensive guy, so I'm sure he's trying to build his offense.
Okay. All right, bet. All right. Let's talk the Colts.
They need to make Anthony Richardson play quarterback.
Mm,
He shouldn't be taking all these hits. They need to they need to fine tune that scheme. Excuse me. They need to fine tune that scheme and make sure he is sustaining himself. And that from there, I think the defense is pretty stellar right now. I think uh they tagged Michael Pittman, right?
yeah.
They need to work on getting his extension done. So those will be my three things. Protect A-Rich, extend Michael Pittman, and just keep firming out that defense.
Yeah. In terms of what I'm seeing, it seems like there's been a lot of focus on them picking up like veteran defensive players.
Right.
There it says there's a lot of interest in them trading for L'Jarius Sneed, and it looks like they're targeting Justin Simmons.
Mm,
Um, and they hosted a safety, Chris Edmonds, for a top 30 visit. So I'm seeing a lot of DB focus and
right.
safety
Right.
from them. So I think their offense is good. I think their O line is solid for the most part. I think they probably experienced some injuries and they could probably work on a little bit better protection. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up another O lineman, maybe not first round, but like second or third round,
Right.
and kind of build around that and strengthen up that secondary. They have a lot of good players in their secondary, UMD alum too, you know what I'm saying? Go Terps.
Yeah, Chiggy. Oh wait, no, you said secondary. Nick Cross, my guy.
Yeah. But yeah. Um, let's talk the Jags.
They could use some help in the trenches on both sides. Um, I don't know what their wide receiver core is. Christian Kirk showed some flash. Calvin really showed some flash. I think the only true like cornerstone pieces are Evan Ingram and Travis Etienne, and obviously Trevor Lawrence. They signed Brandon Sheriff, so the O line is the O lining, but I think they just still need to kind of iron out the kinks. It was a new offense this past season.
Hmm.
So I know that comes with some level of, you know, adjusted. So I think this upcoming year, Coach Peterson is going to kind of adjust the offense where need be, and I feel like they'll be able to get things situated on that front. And yeah, if they can get some pass rushers, maybe a couple of nose tackles, that'll also help as well.
Okay. Okay. I agree with you. When I'm looking at the team, the offense looks pretty solid. ETN, Ridley, um, T Law, Evan Ingram was great this season. Um, yeah. So I would definitely say the trenches because when I think of their linemen, there's not too many players that come to mind as dogs. I know they have a few, but I'm
Yeah, Quentin Nelson. Who was the other guy's name? Oh my goodness. Oh, Ryan Kelly,
yeah.
and a few others. Yes.
But I think that what Trevor Lawrence like I think he's like one of the most sacked and pressured QBs, right?
Yes. Oh my goodness. I was naming Colts linemen. The Jags had Cam Robinson and Brandon Sheriff.
That shows
I
you what
was
I know because I was like, wait, because you said Quentin Nelson, right?
what? I was thinking about the Colts. The Jazz had Brandon Nelson, Brandon Sheriff, and Cam Robinson on their O line.
Okay. But yeah, because T Law is one of the most sacked QBs, right?
Yes.
So they definitely need to firm up the trenches. So I wouldn't be surprised if they focus on the O line. Their D line, I mean, even when I was watching the Ravens, it didn't look like they were getting much pressure, honestly. So I wouldn't be surprised if they work on the D line as well. All right.
You know, Josh Allen, the edge rusher,
Yeah,
um, I believe they franchise tagged him.
they did.
So that gives you an idea of where they are as far as like pass rush is concerned. Outside of that, I believe Ray Charles Jenkins was cut. That's one of the DBs.
Mhm.
So they're like trying to retool their defense as well.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see this next season, especially how they draft, I believe. Let me look at their mock.
Yeah, and they released Shaw Fatukasi, which is one of their also another really good linebacker that was paired up with Josh Allen. So yeah, it's weird, but hopefully they can figure out what works.
Oh, in this mock, it says they're looking at receivers too, receivers and corners.
Mm.
So it'll be interesting to see for sure. Um, let's talk about the Texans. What do you think they're focused on?
Hold on, and running back for sure. That's all. That's all they really need. They didn't really, O line and running back, and just staying healthy. Throughout different courses of the season, CJ Stroud missed some time, Nico Collins missed some time, Tank Dell got injured as well. I think Don Schultz also missed some time. So they just gotta make sure their pieces are there. Because when they are, things bear good fruit for them.
Yeah, I'm seeing in the mocks a lot of focus on the D line.
Mm,
Um it says they're going defensive tackle, defensive end, and then after that some more skill positions. So pick up a wide receiver, maybe to bolster that injury prone front that they have.
right.
Um, some corners, and then a whole lot of linemen. Yeah, this is a lot of linemen.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of O line and D line.
Yep.
The O line isn't too bad, but the D
They,
line could definitely use some work.
yes, they can.
But they have who they draft with
Oh yeah, Will Anderson. Yeah,
yeah, Will
top,
Anderson.
top five pick. Will
Yeah.
Anderson definitely is a bright spot, but even I think they're bringing back Jonathan Grenard and Blake Cashman. But yeah, there's just some work that's needed there, nonetheless.
Okay, bet. All right. Now, the next little tidbit I wanted to talk to you about is let's play a little game called what QBs should these teams pick? I'm gonna say a team, and I want you to say the QB off the top of your head that you think they should pick.
Yeah, he's the same QB twice.
No.
All right,
Wait, you're a smart guy though. You'll think fast on your feet. You got it? You ready?
shoot,
All right, bet Falcons,
Kirk Cousins,
Steelers,
Russell Wilson,
Vikings.
draft.
You said draft?
Yeah,
Draft who?
somebody, whoever's
Oh,
there.
oh, pick one. Pick somebody.
These QBs are gonna fly off the board. Okay, trade Evans takes JJ. Trade Evans take Nah, take Michael Penix. Take Penix.
Penix? Okay,
Yeah.
Broncos.
Bro Nix. I mean JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy.
Raiders.
Aiden O'Connell.
Okay.
Mm.
I bet. Okay. I okay. Okay. Aiden O'Connell to the rate. Oh, wait. Oh, you didn't say, oh, you don't think they'll draft anybody?
They they probably will, but give my boy in the shot, man. I think I think I think he might be that guy.
I think he
I think
showed in the Chiefs win when he went like 0 for 10 that he's not. I'm not saying he's not that guy, but it's very clear that he was the back. He's the backup. Maybe he needs some more time to develop.
yeah,
But
that offense wasn't the best. They got a new offensive coordinator.
yeah,
He wasn't even doing what was working for him in college.
yeah.
So I think this new offense may help him develop a feel for the game. But yeah, in all actuality, I think they do draft the guy, but I would like to see Aiden get another shot, maybe a QB battle.
You
I've
know they
heard,
want Jaden Daniels. They want Jaden Daniels bad.
yeah, yeah,
Everybody's been saying him and Antonio Pierce are like lock and key.
yes.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a trade up.
I wouldn't rule it out.
Okay. So talk to me about what's going on with Ron Rivera. What's he talking about?
Well, he's in Cancun, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess he took a stop. I think he left Cancun for a little bit. He was on ESPN saying that the Commanders should take a swing at Jaden Daniels at number 2 overall. I mean, sure, why not?
Who
Why
do you
not?
think who do you think the Commander should take?
I think if you're the higher Cliff Kingsbury, you trade up for Caleb
Mm.
because now you're just teasing everybody, and I don't see why you would do that.
It'd be
But
it would be a good homecoming.
yeah, but I think a lot of that too. I keep forget he's from here, but I think I've seen a lot of talks of them taking Drake May or Caleb. So if the Bears say Caleb, they're taking May. But this Jaden Daniels talk, let me read into it a little bit more. His mobile ability is a good fit. I can see that. Uh, yeah, I can kind of understand where Ron is coming from, but I just think I don't know. I'm not sure that's the best decision there.
Mm.
I feel like a pocket. It's weird because Cliff Kingsbury's offense does seem like a good fit for Jaden Daniels,
Mm-hmm.
but I just think and then he has the lowest floor though. That's the only thing.
He has the lowest floor, but he has a high
Yeah.
ceiling.
Yes,
You know, there's a lot of variability there.
yes, and I think the Commanders have dealt with variability for 90 years. So I think they go. I think you take your broccoli. Just take broccoli.
Yeah. I have a conspiracy theory that Caleb Williams has been trying to lower his draft stock so he could fall to number 2 to the Commanders.
Yeah, I've thought that too. But if nobody trades up, that boy's a bear. So I hope you I hope he has some puffer coats and ski masks because it's cold in Chicago.
It absolutely is. But let's change the temperature. Let's get into some hot takes and cold facts.
I see what you did there.
All right, first one I got for you. This is from Steven Heinz, Heint. Jaden Daniels will be better than Caleb Williams. What do you think
At
about
what?
that? Football, the quarterback position.
I don't think so. You
I
know
do
that.
I do think Jaden Daniels has a higher ceiling than Caleb Williams.
Hmm. They're eerily similar. They both transferred. They both won the Heisman. Hmm,
They don't have the same play style though.
I know. Yeah. Uh, I think Caleb Williams is more cute. No, I'm not say that. I'm gonna sound like an ESPN guy.
What
I
were you,
think
what were you gonna say?
I think his style of play translates to the NFL better
Oh,
than
you're saying he's more quarterbacky?
I
Is that what you're
didn't say
saying?
that. I think his style of play will translate better to the NFL naturally,
Okay.
but Jaden Daniels is still very, very talented. So I think the grooming process may take a bit longer with Jaden Daniels because these NFL offensive coordinators don't like such a style of play that he
Oh,
possesses.
you mean like a Lamar style of play?
Yeah, but like Lamar, I won't even say Lamar, but it's just like he's very like from what I've seen. I haven't watched much film, but I watched a good amount. He takes off a lot. He takes off a lot of hits, and he's small.
Mm,
That's that's a bad recipe.
yeah.
And if he puts on weight, it'll help. But right now, he's very small.
Mm, that's fair. Do you think that what do you think it takes for a team to be able to develop a quarterback well?
Do you have a good online? Yes or no? The answer is no. Is your quarterback generational? Yes or no? If the answer is no to both of those, you're screwed. If the answer is yes to one of those, you're in a good spot. Then you go to, do you have somebody you can throw the ball to? He doesn't have to be great, but if he's like, all right, I mean, is all you know how they say good, quick, and cheap.
Yeah,
You good and cheap, but it's not gonna be quick. You can get good and quick, but it's not gonna be cheap.
good.
Or you can do what is it? Good, cheap, not gonna be quick. Good, quick, not, or cheap and quick, and it ain't gonna be good. So it's all how you want to carry it, and depending on how you carry it, the results will vary.
What about just good? Good and expensive.
I mean, a top five pick ain't cheap, so
Yeah, fair. Um, the second one I got for you comes from at Keaton Andrew Peters.
shout
The
out.
Broncos will draft JJ McCarthy with the 12th pick in this year's draft and will be subject to mediocrity for the next 10 years.
See, this is another article I was gonna cook up, but I'll give you a little preview. I think the Broncos are cursed.
Mm,
I think Peyton Manning. I think Peyton Manning. I think it's the curse of Peyton Manning. If you
why do
look
you
at
say
the
that?
if you look at the QB tenure post Manning, it's awful.
Mm.
It's really really bad. Brock Osweiler, Paxton Lynch, Drew Lock,
Drew Lock was
Russell.
a
I am
dog.
very Russell. I am overcooked Wilson. It's like Teddy Bridgewater, Case Keenum.
Case Keenum was nasty work.
It's just not there, yo. I really think they're Kurt Kendall Hinton. They had a wide receiver for quarterback.
I, in this many years, they couldn't have drafted a QB.
They drafted Drew Lock.
Oh,
Miss. They drafted Paxton Lynch. Miss. I think they drafted Trevor Simeon. Miss.
those just sound. I don't know. Like when you hear a QB's name, I feel like you can hear if he's gonna be a hit or miss. You know,
Um,
like
I,
when I hear Drake May, that sounds like a miss.
really?
Lie to you.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Maybe
You tell me. I might be tripping.
I kind of feel like Drake May is like a tweener. I think he has just as much of a chance to be solid than he does to be trash. I hear JJ McCarthy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Off rip, I didn't even look into him initially. I was like JJ McCarthy. He sounds like he'd be hooping.
I was about to
And
say JJ McCarthy sounds like he's gonna be a dog.
yeah, and I was like, I started looking at Michigan. I was like, this guy did some football games. Okay, what 27-2 in college. I think this guy might be something.
Yeah. I think the bigger question is for these QBs that have played in like these high powered systems where you rarely ever lose the Ohio States, the Alabamas, the
Michigan's.
Michigans, you know what I'm saying? These big conference footballs. How do you transition from that to a team that can't catch a win to save their life? Like, how do you successfully transition in that manner?
For answer that, Drew Walker's a second rounder, not a first rounder, so that's my fault. But to answer your question, Mike Thomas said it best. And this was he was telling the Chase Young when he said this, but the sentiment still remains. You don't want to be bad enough to get somebody like Chase Young. And then if we're gonna talk about quarterbacks, you don't want to be bad. You don't want to be bad enough to have to get somebody like JJ McCarthy, Caleb Williams, Drake May, the like. So
Mhm.
once you draft these guys, what are you putting around him to succeed?
Mhm.
And you had to gauge how much you need to put around. Like CJ Stroud was taken second overall. They signed Devin Singletary. They signed Robert Woods. Nico Collins showed flash, and they signed Dalton Schultz. And Brevin Jordan is a great tight end too. So there's small inklings of they might be a QB away. People were concerned about the O line, and people were concerned about who exactly CJ Stroud was throwing to. And as you see, a lot of people are talking about Nico Collins. A lot of people are talking about Tate Dale. People were even talking about Noah Brown at the beginning of the season. So it's like once you get your franchise guy, just put bodies. You don't need much, just put bodies.
Yeah. And we'll probably have to I'll probably have to give you time to answer this question sometime in the future. But I think you answered it well when it comes to the Texans of how does what are teams that have put a number one draft pick or a top 10 draft pick in the perfect storm to actually be successful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'll give you a quick look on that. Bryce Young was screwed from the jump. From the get-go, from day one, Bryce Young was screwed.
Yeah.
Frank Clark sucks. Not only that, he doesn't work with small quarterbacks. Carson Wentz, Phillip Rivers,
6'5" boys.
like this, the Jacoby Brissett, these are grown country fed men. And then it's like, all right, we're gonna hire Frank Reich and then draft Bryce Young. Really? I really? All right. So we got Bryce Young. Who are your weapons? Adam Thielen, DJ Chark, Miles Sanders, Jonathan Mingo, Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba.
What are you gonna win with that? Nathan, not
Two
a thing.
two games. Two
You're
games.
not gonna win a thing. Get people that can play football well and put them around your rookie.
And I feel like if you're at least gonna go rookie QB, get a nice rookie receiver at the very least.
Yeah, John Dominguez trash. Prove
Do a
me
nice
wrong.
pairing.
He's trash.
Trash is crazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wow. All right. The last hot take I got for you, this one's coming from me. For the women's basketball March Madness, Iowa won't win it.
I agree.
I got LSU and South Carolina over them any day. South
Yeah.
Carolina, their whole starting five changed and they still went undefeated this season.
Oh, so you just going to like steal my cold fact like that? All right,
Oh,
cool.
wait, that was your cold fact?
Well, yeah. Well,
Oh, snap, my fact, my fault.
it's all good. It's all good. You know, they went undefeated in back-to-back years, the first time in school history. So Shout out to Coach Staley. I am a big fan of Dawn Staley. She does great work. So yes, she's her. And yes.
Wow. Yeah. Well, yeah, my fault. I did not realize you put that on there.
It's all good. LSU just won, and that what he was it Haley and Angel Reese and then Flau'jae. That's enough for me. I was like, yep, they look good. I know it's looking a little shaky, but no, once the tournament's time, I don't see many people getting in their way.
Yeah. And Angel Reese got that dog in her.
That part.
Nah, but you know what I'm saying? Cool it down for us. Hit us with some cold facts.
Well, speaking of cool down, Anthony Davis has never beaten DeMontis Sabonis. Like he, like
Like
in
ever?
ever, like in his career in the NBA, Anthony Davis has not won a game against DeMontis Sabonis. I'm about to get his box scores for you in a second. But yeah, he's winless.
So wait, does Sabonis just have AD's numbers, or is it just a coincidence?
Well, I think he just can't really handle the Euro guys because I think Joker also has a number two.
Hmm.
But yeah, he's 0-9. Um, he averages 23, 11, and 2 in these matchups, but he can't win.
Hmm. How does Sabonis do in these matchups?
Let me see if I can get those numbers. Come on, computer. Barely. I'm not gonna get that for you.
Hmm.
But off the top of my head, I know he's having his way. I'll get the exact numbers in a second. But he's like, I won't say he's cooking them, but like he's cooking them.
He's making him feel some type of pressure, and then these
Yeah,
box scores. What was it looking at like?
13, 10, and 4. But it's like that. If I'm doing this winning, then you aren't stopping me because I'm doing enough.
Hmm.
And if you're not winning at all, then you're getting cooked.
Yeah.
And mind you, like DeMarcus Sabonis' first few years in the league, he wasn't getting much bump because he was at OKC, and there was just that OKC team when there was like him, Victor Oladipo. Yeah, that was just a mismatch, like just not really a proper push for him. But
Looking
when he
like
was in
the
2017, the
not even the
post game
redeem.
in the Red Thunder,
Looking like the team before the redeem team.
yeah, it was just looking all iffy. And then he went to Indiana. He actually the one time they met in Indiana, he beat them. He had 18 to 13. And then he got traded to Sacramento and he averaged 21 to 10. I mean, he didn't average, he scored 21 to 10 with 6 assists. The Kings won. And he
Mhm.
had 12 and 15 with 5 assists. The Kings won in overtime. Anthony Davis had 30 to 16 and they still lost. And then this past November, he had 29 to 16. Kings won by 15. Anthony Davis had 9 and 9. And just last night, he had 16 points and 20 rebounds and 12 assists and 2 steals. The Kings won by 10.
It's got to be something. I'm telling you, like the NBA landscape is about to change from American players to Euro and the African NBA camp. I'm telling you, they're cooking something over there. I forgot what the player was, but it's a Senegalese player. He just got
I saw that.
recruited to Duke. So I'm
Yeah,
telling
I
you,
saw that.
once basketball becomes a big market through these NBA camps, and it's happening with the NFL too. You're already seeing it. You know what I'm saying? You got with a lot of players already in the NFL who
Yeah,
are African.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Um, Hamon Malua, 7'2" center, committed to Duke. Number 3 in this class, behind Cooper Flag and others.
Okay.
But what else was getting out here? So yeah, if you look at Joker versus Anthony Davis, it's actually a closer matchup. Joker is 18-14 against Anthony Davis, averaging 21, 10 and 6. AD is averaging 26, 9 and 3. So I feel like wins kind of supersedes stats. For the brotherly matchups, Anthony Davis is outscoring Joker, but he's still getting out rebounded, out assisted, and out stolen in most of these games.
Mm. I mean, you might be onto something. We'll have to hear about some more of these major Euro players. Who's another big Euro player? I'm trying to think. Jokic?
Yo, yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh, Luca. What about Luca?
Luca, he's a big guard, so I'm sure that the metrics are gonna be skewed a little bit, but I can still look it up for you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Anthony Davis was the Luka Doncic. He's 8 and 6, averaging 26, 10 and 4. While Luka's averaging 26, 8 and 9. So that's still interesting. He's out rebounding Anthony Davis 5 times. And then in the 5 out of 14 times he's out rebounding Anthony Davis. And 2 times he's got more blocks. So that's actually kind of interesting.
So wait, we also have to ask ourselves: Is do the European players have 80s numbers, or are the Lakers just not doing that good?
Both.
Oh. Hmm.
The, what I've noticed about LeBron led teams is like you just don't care about the regular season. Y'all are gonna lose a lot of nationally televised games. I'm telling you, like I want to know what their TV record is.
Hey,
It has to be awful.
hey, but when it comes time for the playoffs, and LeBron hits,
Eh,
no, but listen, when LeBron hits that little you know what I'm saying? I forgot what it was. I forgot it was like this. It's like his one meme of him
yeah,
from the
yeah,
Heat.
yeah. I know what you're talking about. This zero dark 30. I get it,
Yeah,
but I mean they were in the conference finals last year, so I'll give them that. But it's uh, it's a little shaky now.
because I'm telling you right now, the Lakers, like from the way things are looking, Lakers can knock off. I'd tell you right now, Pelicans, Suns, and Kings, and Clippers. So 4, 5, 6, and 7 aren't going anywhere in the playoffs. I'll tell you that right now. Mavs and Warriors, I can never count out Steph.
Right.
Nuggets, Thunder, Timberwolves are about to fall because we'll talk about that.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Um, I love the West. The West has so much bump in the West.
It's the LeBron effect. The bump goes where LeBron goes. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, the West has had bump for a while. Oh, like a long time.
But I didn't really feel like the West was truly competitive until LeBron got there.
So what'd you think of the East?
I mean, LeBron was just running through it.
Yeah. So who was
I mean, but the East, when you look at the East, let's be real, right? You got in the past few years, you've had a lot of Eastern Conference championships.
yeah, Miami, Milwaukee,
The Raptors.
Toronto, yeah, Boston, yeah.
Boston won a championship?
No, well, they went to the finals.
No, that's not what we talk about.
Milwaukee, Toronto. That's it.
Milwaukee, Toronto.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. The West be winning a lot. You talking about winning the finals or just getting there?
In terms of just getting there, I feel like you see more competitive basketball leading up to the finals where LeBron is not.
Yes,
But where LeBron is, you know he's gonna dominate that market,
yes.
right? Like, you know, in the first round, like even thinking back, DeMar DeRozan, right? There's a clip of him. Anytime they matched up against LeBron, it was that they saw, oh, LeBron is unbeatable. He is our Thanos.
They
LeBron
called
would
it
be
LeBronto.
LeBron would literally be telling their players the plays. That's how dialed in LeBron was.
Yeah. They're calling it LeBronto, man. Like that's not it's Canada. How I get it. He's LeBron, but you play there. You play in Canada. And you learn again, I know it's LeBron, but it's Canada. And you're letting this man take over your market with ease.
I'm not gonna lie. The one team that's in Canada getting dominated just means that LeBron owns the whole country. But Kawhi fixed that for them.
Yeah. He made the best out of a situation he didn't want to be in.
Yeah. I feel like Kawhi didn't actually want to play hard. He was just mad.
Yeah, he was like, yo, it is cold as hell. Let's go get this ring. And now I'm leaving. I was like,
Yeah.
bro. And then he did.
Yeah, facts.
It's the greatest rental ever.
But talk to me about what else you got. Hit me with some more cool facts.
What they got? It's Women's History Month.
Shout out the women, man.
Shout out to the woman. Happy birthday, mom. I love you.
It's your mom's
Um,
birthday?
it was yesterday. I love you,
Oh,
mom.
snap.
Uh, yeah, I wanted to just give that out there. But yes, speaking on women in sports, no, Lisa Leslie, one of the first women I've ever seen dunk. She's very tough. She scored 101 points in the game before.
Yeah,
I think it was a high school game, but still, like she's very tough.
more than Wilt. Hey,
Yeah, and there's probably footage.
yeah.
Unlike anyway, she's very, very tough. Also, just to give you a rundown on her resume, real quick from Compton, California. Two-time champion, two-time Finals MVP, three-time WNBA MVP, eight-time All-Star, three-time All-Star MVP, eight-time first team All WNBA, four-time second team All WNBA, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, two-time All Defense first team, two-time All Defense second team. She's been on one, two, three. She's been on every WNBA anniversary team that they've had 10th, 15th, 20th, and 25th. She has her jersey retired by the Sparks. She's her. She is her. Um, she is her. I'm trying to
She's
speak.
6'5".
Yes. She tied the record. She tied Cheryl Miller's record, Reggie Miller's sister, of 101 points, all in the first half.
She did 101 points in the first half.
Yes.
Hey, yo.
she she scored 105 points, but she was deducted 4 of those points due to some sketchy officiating.
Mm.
But yeah, she's a bucket.
So you mean due to some hating?
Yes.
Okay.
In college, she averaged 20 points, and she holds the single season record for block shots at USC.
Hey, salute to her.
Yes, indeed.
Salute to her.
But yeah, Cheryl Miller, Reggie Miller's sister. Uh, I saw some podcast clips when she was on. I think it was in the Knuckleheads podcast. I didn't get to get the full disorder, but she is like very, very well versed in basketball.
She's better than her brother.
Yes, two-time NCAA, two-time college champion, three-time player of the year. Her jersey is retired by the Trojans. She's a one, two, three, four, five-time gold medalist once in the Olympics. Very decorated college career. As a player, yeah, as soon as she went right from college to coaching, she didn't even go to the WNBA.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, snap. Huh. Hey, salute to her.
yeah, she averaged 24 and 12 in college.
Oh, she was making it rain with these gold rings. What?
Yep, yep.
Yo.
24 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 blocks, and 3 steals.
Hey,
Wow. She could have went to the NBA. The NBA. With these numbers, she could have went to the NBA. I really think so.
you think so?
I don't think she would have had much success, but I think she could have made it there. Back then.
Perhaps.
Yes. What was it? The early 80s? Yeah.
The
Yeah.
early 80s? Nah.
Wait, I read that wrong. No, yeah. The mid to early to mid 80s, yeah. I think she could have found a role.
When they were fouling people by throwing them across the room.
Yeah, she would have been the finesse. She would have anyway.
Let's not shy away from Women's History Month by focusing on comparing women's basketball to men's basketball. She's great in her own right, and I think we should respect
Yes.
that.
Yes, I'm not comparing her. I'm highlighting the fact that this has happened. A woman was drafted in the into the NBA
By what
twice.
team? What team? What team did that?
The Jazz. They were in New Orleans at the time. I think due to the fact that she was a woman, it didn't really go that far beyond the draft part. Mind you, there were several rounds in the NBA draft back then, so I don't wanna dig down that rabbit hole, but I think you could kind of give I think there weren't much to pick from.
Oh, okay.
To go, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
She is the second woman to ever be drafted by an NBA team. Denise Long was drafted by the Warriors in 1969, but that selection was voided. So Louisa Harris is the only one that's actually recognized. She did not express an interest to play, and she didn't try out. And she was pregnant at the time, so she couldn't attend training camp.
Did she ever play?
No, she never played in the NBA or any other men's league, but she did play professionally in the Women's Professional Basketball League in the
She died?
yes, recently, rest in peace. 1979, 1980.
Wow.
The
Rest
league
in
the
peace.
league did, the league didn't last that long though, so I'm not sure how it fared afterwards. But yes, she did play basketball for a little bit.
Hey, respect.
Yes, indeed. Oh, does this too with data? Yes, 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 yes. Oh yeah, Kiana Christmas. I saw this on Instagram, and I had to like do a triple take. And now I'm gonna just look one more time. She is the tenth. She is the tenth player to post a quintuple double, a 5 by 10. I know a 10 by 5, a 10 by 5. She had 11 points, 20 rebounds, 11 steals, 11 points, 20 rebounds, 11 assists, 10 steals, and 10 blocks in a high school game in New York.
feel like high school games are actually very short too. So for her to be doing all that, that's very crazy.
Yeah, it did go into overtime, but still, it happened.
That's crazy.
This is the 13th time it's ever happened, and she's the 10th player to do it. Tamika Catchings, a WNBA legend, was the first prep player to do it. She had 25, 18, 11, 10, and 10 in 1997.
Okay. Hmm. Okay.
Very, very tough.
That is very tough.
But unfortunately, as we talk about basketball, I had some tough news in the NBA. A few injuries have happened. Uh, Karl Anthony Towns is on the shelf indefinitely, and Ben Simmons is cooked. So,
What's new?
yeah, so those are some two injuries. Two Vice Skin assassins are on the shelf. A Kardashian curse.
Loki? Oh, they both
Well, Jordan was anyway.
adjacent. Adjacent.
Kardashian adjacent. 6 degrees of separation, and now you got separation in your knees. So I'm just saying, I'm
Yeah,
sorry
torn
for him.
meniscus.
Yeah, I think Ben Simmons had a back injury. Ben Simmons is the greatest bank robber ever. Way to get your money, but I don't think you have proven to be worth that contract.
Is Ben Simmons a bust?
Okay, here we got another example, and this is why I need to write my article. What constitutes as a drive bus?
I
Let
mean,
me know in the comments.
yeah, I guess that is a good point. I think continued non-success. We're
But when
going
do you
number.
like the continuation of non-success? Because if you've been successful and then you reach a point where you're not, are you then a bust?
Let me pull up Ben Simmons stats.
He was a stat sheet stuffer whose calling card was defense and playmaking.
This season, he averaged 6.1 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 5.7 assists. I mean, you get rebounds, but I don't really care about that. You're 6'10 point guard.
Yeah,
You're scoring 6.1 points.
yeah, because you put your alongside Mikal Bridges and Cam Thomas and
He has a career 3-point percentage of 13.9%.
oh yeah, he doesn't shoot. That's not for him. He's a playmaker.
13.9% is ridiculous.
He's not a good. He is a poor shooter. He's a playmaker though.
You're an NBA player.
Yeah,
How
you
do you
gotta
have a
play to
three
your,
point? There's centers with higher 3-point percentages than that.
yeah, you play to your strengths. He can't shoot. But he can pass.
You've been in the league since 2017 and you haven't been able to work on your shooting. It makes me question your work ethic and what you're actually doing.
Put this up.
But number one, for what reason?
Whoa.
It's like you're essentially a ball of lies. Like it was like what's that thing? It's like I'm saying it's like you had all the potential, but you did none of the work for it to amount to anything. You're essentially a glorified Sean Livingston. I'm not gonna lie, and Sean Livingston is better. Actually, Sean Livingston might have better career stats.
This man was first team all defense.
Look, Sean Livingston, that's his player comparison. Look, I'm gonna. Oh, should I put it up on the screen?
Why not? You already this is a I thought you and these violations, man.
Am I violent?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, all right. Let me see.
You just called this man a glorified Sean Livingston. I'm deceased.
Look at these stats. All right, look at these stats real quick. All right. So when we look at these stats, all right, Let's look at. So the only thing that Ben Simmons is really showing separation in is career minutes. But when we look at his points for the season, 6.1.
He's
Sean
hurt.
Livingston, career, 6.3.
He's hurt.
58.1. You said what?
He's he's hurt.
Oh, hold on. We can even look at these other stats. 13.9% from 3-point. 17.8. Very similar. 7.8 rebounds. He's not much of a rebounder. 2.4. Assists. 7.4. Assists. 3.0. He's Sean Livingston, but he's better at rebounding and getting assists.
You
Slightly.
call this man a souped up Sean Livingston.
I mean, look. Let's see. Sean Livingston. Sean Livingston also was a first round pick. Sean Livingston was. Did he only play 2 seasons in the NFL? Wait.
No, he played for like 13, 14 years. You know?
Yeah.
He had a really bad really bad leg injury. But he came back from it and played for a long time.
Yeah, but averaged 6.3 points. Yeah, my statement stands. Look, honestly, Sean Livingston has a better career.
Well, yeah, I think he has 3 championships. Yes, he has a better career.
Yep.
But
What is how tall is Sean Livingston? Why are you showing me his wingspan?
he's probably 6'8".
How tall is Sean Livingston?
6'7".
6'7", 6'10". They're the same.
Wow.
Call it hate if you want.
We're clipping this.
Ben Simmons is Sean Livingston.
We're clipping this.
Hey.
Wow. Wow.
Had to get passionate there for a second.
Wow. That I don't know what to say about that one. That's
do you disagree? If you disagree, I need you to provide evidence.
I think I didn't get to see the ascension of Sean Livingston. I saw him post injury. But he was there, but by the time I was familiar with basketball, he was like a backup.
Yeah, and still as a backup, Sean Livingston has been more valuable to any NBA team than Ben Simmons has.
This man was third team all was he first team or third team all NBA, first team all defense?
Who?
Ben Simmons.
I don't know. It doesn't matter because he's the only thing that Ben Simmons is better at is marketing himself to get more money, but not putting up the numbers.
Wow. This is wow. Okay.
I don't think I'm hating. I think I'm spitting facts.
You should call Ben Simmons nine Taylor Sean Livingston, huh?
Yeah, he's like if I were to describe it, Sean Livingston is Coca-Cola and Ben Simmons is Pepsi. Just a little diluted, watered down. You don't really know what you're getting. But look at the can. You know what I'm saying? It's blue, it's red, it's white. You know, American colors. It looks kind of cool, right? But you taste it, it's mid. Pause.
Ben Simmons is from Australia.
Hey, and he's not the best player out of his country. Shout out Kyrie.
I'll give you that. Wow. That was hey. I applaud you for you had a hot take with you had cold facts within your hot take. So I'm speechless.
But Karl Anthony Towns, right? His injury Do you think that ends the season for the Timberwolves?
Nah, not when you pay Nas Reed all that money. Not when you pay Rudy Gobert all that money. You pay all these centers all this bread. Now that Cat's hurt, your season's over. I'd be ashamed of myself if that's the case. You put a lot of money into your front court, and you give Anthony Edwards the rookie max. Yes, they're definitely going to take a step back, but they should still be able to sustain themselves.
Rudy Gobert's out there playing 40 minutes.
You see what I'm saying?
I did not know that.
He's looking like he's about to win his fourth depoy. So,
They
I
got
was
Rudy
having
Gobert.
I was having a conversation with one of the homies, Shaw Scott, about Rudy Gobert's Hall of Fame case, and I think he'll get there, but like,
In a while.
yeah, yeah.
Understandable.
Ben Simmons is a glorified Sean Livingston. It's insane, yo.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it, honestly. I ain't mad at it. Um, so the Celtics actually made history. In Celtics history, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Celtics blew their first 20-plus point lead in the fourth quarter in 365 games. They're now 364-1. What do you think about that?
I would blame Brad Stevens because I don't like Brad Stevens, and I'm not gonna do that. I think they have found. I think they're in a rut.
Mhm.
They're just in a rut. That team is good, but sometimes they just kind of go off the rails a bit. And I think they went off the rails in that loss to what they smacked up Golden State and then turned around and got smacked up themselves. Like they be Golden State by like 50 points just to lose a couple of days earlier. And I kind of get that. It's like you know, it's the two extremes meeting. It's like you stomp on somebody, you're gonna get stomped on, and that's exactly what happened. Um, yeah, I mean that's all I can really say. They're still head and shoulders above the East, so I think they're kind of all star break recovery mode. But yeah, it's just one of those things where the regular season doesn't matter. You gotta make it back to the finals.
Hey, do you want to know who this loss was to?
Shoot,
It was to the Cavaliers.
okay, it's not bad. 3 seed, compy. Okay,
Dang, what's his name, bro? I was
you
gonna
should
bring up
have.
somebody. I was gonna
You should
bring up
have.
somebody. What's his name? What's his name?
And they lost by one. So yeah, they kind of they nutted up in the fourth.
Bro, what's the player
Who? For what team?
for the Cavs? We were talking about him the other day.
D Wade.
Dean Wade.
Yeah.
It was
You
Dean
say
Wade.
he's clutching. You say he was clutching than Curry. That rubbish you said.
Are you sure it was Dean Wade?
Yeah, you said he was clutching than
Yeah,
Curry.
I'm telling you. Look at the stat line. Dean Wade, 21 points. No, 21 minutes, 23 points, 8 rebounds. He led the team in scoring.
He hasn't played it well. Let me make
The
sure.
Cavaliers shot 47.6% from 3% from 3 point.
This man has played 5.5 minutes average in 2 playoff games. He's averaging 1 point per game in the playoffs.
Dean
What
Wade,
clutch factor are you talking about?
listen, Dean Wade. Are you sure it was Dean Wade?
Yeah, you said Dean Wade was more clutch than Curry.
Look, he shot from three, 6 for 9.
No, it was Max Struess. My fault. It was
Yeah,
Max Struess.
I'm not feeling like it's Dean Wade.
It was Max Struess.
Where is it? Did he play?
Yeah, you might have hurt your own argument there. You might have had something with Dean Wade. Max Struess might be worse.
I actually don't like that. Where where is he? Where is he?
Yeah, he got no burn. Look at this. You
Chill,
still question doesn't get any burn. Man, please, Max
chill,
Struess.
chill. Why didn't he play?
This man got no burn. Inactive. I think he got hurt.
Okay, he's hurt, but look, he's leading his team in spirit. Dean Wade
No,
out there with
Don,
the burner.
no, Donovan Mitchell plays for that team, right?
Uh, I don't really see Donovan Mitchell on the stat line. Is
He
he
was also hurt. He was also
playing?
hurt.
So what are we talking
Uh,
about?
anyway, Max Strus has a knee injury. He's day to day.
Okay, he'll be back. Just wait. You see what they do without him. Wait till they bring Max Struess and Donovan Mitchell back. It's gonna get dangerous.
I suppose.
All right. D'Angelo Russell said he models his play style after Tekken and a specific player in Tekken. If you don't, for those who don't know, Tekken is a fighting game. Tekken 8 just dropped. If you're playing it, let me know. I'm not playing it yet, but I will be playing it before the end of the year. Um,
Don't put Ryan in second.
why?
Just don't do it.
Oh,
Don't do
play me in Tekken. You know, let's have some fun.
it.
And he models his style after Eddie. And what Eddie does is he's uh like a Brazilian dance fighter. So
Hmm.
when he said that, I tipped my head to D'Angelo Russell because respect. You know, I've never heard anybody say that in my life.
Can you basketball that for me?
Like essentially, think of like dancing with basketball. Essentially, the stutter steps, the motions, the sham gods, kind of like I think the best thing would to be to look at a clip of Eddie. See if I can
Yeah, I can do that.
pull that up real quick.
Eddie Gordo.
Yeah, Eddie Gordon.
Instead of just asking, how can we treat Leo's ankle?
Let me see.
Real quick traction. Tekken or Mortal Kombat? Which one are you more down with?
I'm definitely more of a Tekken guy, but here, let me show you this small clip.
All right, bro.
Yeah, let me share my screen. Show you this right here. All right, here we go. From the top of this round, look.
All right. Bird goes to the ground, very free. Some blocking. I'm getting whooped. I'm getting whooped.
They're both Eddie.
Oh, they're both Eddie. Oh, it's a good thing you said that.
So just look at whoever's winning.
All right. So it's very much like
It's like a free play style, like a lot of motion, stuff like that.
It's not looking all that successful. I don't know if LeBron was. I don't know that motion versus LeBron. LeBron like structure. That might be why they lose these games.
But you see the windmills and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, you see the win loss record.
Hey, bro. But I respect that because Tekken's one of my favorite games.
Yeah,
But I won't believe it.
man, Mario game after what's that guy's name? Uh, the dude from Street Fighter.
Eat Ryu.
No. It's too simple. The dude that with the beat up cars and whatnot. It's supposed to say a B. I can't remember his name.
With the beat up boy?
Borog, yeah.
That is such a you character. I'm not even gonna lie. Do you think Borog? Yo, I hate that character.
I haven't played Street Fighter though in a while, but yes, I do
We
get
can,
down.
hey, we can run the hands on Street Fighter.
No, no, you got it.
What do you
I
mean?
don't know, so I already know you, Brian. You and these fighting games. I remember. All right, quick story. Quick story. Me and Brian are in college. I don't know. We're getting to know each other. I don't really know him like that at the time. And I'm like, I game a bit. He was like, oh, I'll play Tekken. I was like, what? I played Tekken stuff at the PS2 days. So like, I mean, I'll roll with you. It's like he looked at me. It's just had this look on his face. Smaller, harder than ever. I was like, okay, I mean, shit, we can play some Tekken. I sat down, grabbed the controller, I looked at the buttons, I looked up, and I lost. I was like, it's combos. I was like, yeah, I don't know the combos. I thought it was impressive. I said, nah. All you had to do is grab. He was like, yeah, yeah, no. You gotta run some combos. And yeah, I was like, from that day, I was like, yeah, I'm never playing Tekken with Brian again. And I haven't.
We're gonna run it again. Zay has a similar story. Oh, it was peak COVID, man. Oh my goodness. We both got COVID, so neither of us went home. So we're sitting there, we're spending all the winter break together. I picked up some food for my family for Christmas. They left it outside. It was very sad.
Right.
And we're playing Street Fighter, and I realized I don't know if this is like an obsessive thing, but it's like at first we were very evenly matched because I hadn't played the game in a long time, right? But
It
like,
sounds like you. This already sounds like you.
but if Dan, you know this about me, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be able to sleep right just losing. So I would stay up after he went to sleep. I would put the TV on mute and I would practice combos. I practiced combos for like 2-3 hours, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna play him the next day. And then the next day we
Yeah.
play, I think I beat him like 10 or 15 times in a row. He's like, yeah, I'm not playing this game no more. I was like, chill. I was like,
No,
this
I
is the part
remember
where you go
me.
practice and get better, and then we keep going back and forth.
Nah, I remember me and Brian were playing Madden, and he was like, "Yeah, We're not going to sleep until I win." I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "We are not going to sleep until I win." And I was like, "Okay." So I beat him the first time. I beat him the second time. By the third game, I'm dog tired. I'm like, "Yo, I'm going to bed." He was like, "Nah, one more, one more." I was like, "Okay." He won. I did some push-ups. I went to sleep. But yeah, this man Brian is stubborn. He doesn't like losing at all. Oh man.
uh,
So I say this to say, if you play Tekken, be prepared to lose.
I
If you
wouldn't
play
say all
that.
that because I haven't played Tekken 8. If you're nice, you might beat me. You might beat me today. You might beat me right now, but I promise in the long run, I'm gonna get one over on you.
All my gamers, please comment what y'all put in the chat. We got something for y'all to work very soon.
Yes, sir. Um, but right, speaking of winning, the Bucks are on a 6-1 post All-Star break run. Is Doc Rivers doing a good job?
They're winning now, so it's good now. Um, I'm not gonna let him surprise. He's not gonna fool me again. Just wait. I still think they'll be going in six. Whoever they play. If they make it past the first round, they definitely not make out the second. But I don't think they make out the first. So yeah, it's almost April. So we'll really see what these Bucks are about.
Well said. Well said. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
What?
How long do you think this fight lasts in seconds?
So is it gonna be like are they brawling or is this just Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, where it's like, I mean, Floyd Mayweather, who did Floyd fought Jake Paul, right?
He fought, what's the other Paul?
Logan.
He fought Logan.
Okay, he fought Logan. So if it's that, this fight's gonna last 10 minutes. If they're brawling, like actually about to get down, Mike Tyson's gonna beat that man behind.
I don't think that Jake Paul understands who Mike Tyson is.
You
Mike
just saw
Tyson,
you just saw Mike Tyson fight Roy Jones 4 years ago and beat that man behind.
and I was actually kind of scared for Roy Jones' life.
I'm saying,
I was like, yo, I was like, Mike, chill. He has like a family to go home to.
nah, that sparring stuff he doesn't. Y'all gonna learn.
Like, especially like athletes like that, it's like a certain mode they get into when they're training. He's not gonna be like the jovial Mike Tyson you see on podcasts. He's going to be very serious and he's gonna be a killer. Because
Okay.
this is what he does. When he gets in that mode, he's no longer just your run-of-the-mill Mike Tyson. He's
Iron Mike.
literally. And I'm taking the over-under at 60 seconds. I think Jake Paul is going to see Mike Tyson take off the robe and see that this is a very jacked 50-year-old man. And this is not somebody to play with. His fists are registered weapons. And this is not the old man to play with. Jake Paul might get knocked out. Or they might have a no knockout clause. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's what I'm saying. It might, yeah, I feel like there's gonna be some. It's not gonna be your traditional boxing match. If it is, that boy's gonna get pieced up bad, bad, bad.
And you'll know instantly by if you see Mike Tyson pull a punch. If you see Mike Tyson pull a punch, there was something in the contract.
Let me see if I can get some more information on this fight. It's streaming on Netflix.
Really? Streaming?
A global live sports event. A live global sports event. Saturday, July 20th in Arlington, Texas. Paul versus Tyson.
Huh. Interested to see that. Well, I mean, if it's free on Netflix, if I don't have to pay pay-per-view. Otherwise, I'll watch the highlights.
I'm going to, yeah, if it's a traditional boxing match, I'm watching this.
Yeah.
Airing live on Netflix too. Might need to buy some stock.
Maybe. Did we already talk about Caitlin Clark?
We mentioned it before. We can revisit it real quick. She passed Pistol Pete for all-time leading scoring in the NCAA. As I'm saying this, I feel we did talk about it, but I'll say it again. It's history that not many people can say. She has a chopper, and she was using it through and through. I think she's a fifth-year senior, but still, she's doing buckets.
No, this is her fourth year.
Oh, then yeah, look at that. She did it for you.
Well, at least
More
her
than
fourth year on the court. I don't know if COVID affected anything.
right. Oh, she's younger than me.
Damn, we're old.
Stop it.
But yeah, she does have that chopper. But speaking of choppers, talk to me about what's going on in the UFC.
Nice segue. Sugar Sean O'Malley and Marlon Vera are headlining UFC 299. I'm looking forward to it. We also got Dustin Poirier
Sugar Sean.
Sugar Sean. You also got Dustin Poirier versus Benoit St. Daniels. Those are the two big matchups on the card. Obviously, there's a lot more, but those two I'm gonna watch. Give me Sugar Sean and DP in those two respective matchups, and I'm looking forward to it.
Respectfully, I agree with you. Respectfully, give me Sugar Sean.
Yep, this is a rematch with Marlon Vera. The first time they fought, I believe Sugarshaw won by knockout.
Oh,
Get that information for you. Marvin Chito Vera. They say it's personal. Oh no, Vera won by TKO in the final minute of the opening round.
oh,
So this is how you say back in blood.
okay. I'll need to definitely watch this.
Yeah, the first fight was in August of 2020. Sean O'Malley was young and undefeated, so that was his first loss.
Mhm.
This is by all sense a grudge match.
Hmm. It's gonna get
Should be
interesting.
Sean is 17 wins, one loss, one no contest. So that one loss is rare.
Hmm. It's definitely gonna be interesting to see. And then Dustin Poirier, give us a little bit of information about his match before we close out.
All right, Dustin Poirier, he's kind of old. I thought Dustin Poirier been fighting since I was in middle school.
Yeah.
Let's see, he's 35. Yeah, he's getting up there. Um, he's moved up to the lightweight class. He was a featherweight for a little bit of time, and right now he is gearing up for a matchup against. Remind me of the name, please. Yeah,
Oh,
against Benoit St. Daniels.
Benoit St. Daniels, yes.
Yeah, prior to this upcoming fight, he got knocked out by Justin Gaethje, and so he's kind of been splitting it. He's had a few good fights. He beat Conor McGregor. He beat McGregor twice. They fought twice in the same year, and then he lost to Charles Oliveira by submission, and then beat Michael Chandler 2 years ago, and then lost to Justin Gaethje last year by knockout. So this is a nice little return fight. It's been about almost a year, about 8, 9 months. So I think he'll be ready to bounce back. A good tune up in Benoit St. Daniels. Very good fighter in his own right. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Benoit St. Daniels only has one loss, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Benoit St. Dennis. Oh, Dennis.
Benoit St. Dennis only has one loss on his sheet, so
And then he's known as the God of War.
that's tough.
13 wins, one loss, one no contest.
Oh, he fights Southpaw and he has a black belt in judo.
This is Kratos. Okay, so
Yeah, definitely not a guy to play with.
okay, all right. Looking at his resume, this is definitely his biggest fight so far because his opponents up until this point are kind of nothing really jumps out to me. So yeah, I look forward to this. I think this is a good little assessment of his cachet.
Mhm.
His first fight of the year. He's had multiple performance of the nights and multiple fight of the nights. Initially was a welterweight. He moved down to lightweight. So yeah, should be good.
This should definitely be good. This should definitely be good. All right, man. Let's get up out of here, man. I think this is a good one, man. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Um, ooh. We did have some questions, but we'll start doing questions next episode.
All right. All right.
Thank you guys for listening to the Fever Pitch podcast. I'm actually going to start putting the link to where you can send us your hot takes and questions and cold facts in the description. So you can go ahead and check that out on YouTube and any platform. Honestly, I'm gonna add it to our description. And I'll put it in the link tree also, so it's easy to find. But that being said, thank you guys for listening to the Fever Pitch podcast. If you aren't already, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and hit that notification button for when we post. We post twice a week, primarily on Wednesdays and Fridays. Yeah. We're starting to ramp things up. If you haven't already, go watch our most recent episode with our guy Grayson at 200 Proof Sports. That's a good guy right there.
Yes, sir.
yes, be on the lookout for the March Madness tournament that we're about to have. We're going to have more information on that next episode. So, yeah, we have a lot in store for you guys, and we're really excited for you guys to join us on this journey. There's a lot of sports and content going on, and we want to go on this journey with you guys because it's not just about us. We want to hear your opinions. And truly, if you want to be on the podcast, shoot us a message. And come on and let us know your thoughts.
Absolutely. Come on, come on. There's a lot to talk about, and I can't cover everything, but I'll try.
Absolutely. And if you haven't already, check out the Doppler effect article. I know, Dan, you're working on the next article, so you guys should expect one from him this month, another one from him this month as well. So
Indeed. And let me know what y'all want me to talk about, because I did this for y'all. I want to give my opinion on what y'all think. And I'm gonna say that for the next episode. There was something that came up this morning I found very interesting, but I'm gonna keep down the pocket. Be on the lookout.
I bet. But as always, Brian,
And then
we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
take care. God bless.